మనమైతే యూట్యూబ్ ఇస్తున్నాం అన్ని కొత్త వీడియోస్ ఎందుకు వచ్చినాయి ఇప్పుడు చాలా ఐడియాస్ వచ్చాయి. హూ ఇస్ షీ? వాళ్ళ మమ్మీ తెల్ల రాపిచ్చి a man that you have entered you James. I gave Zoe my credit card for 24 hours అమ్మో brother. ఎవరు స్కేరీ క్యాచ్ ఉంటే ప్లీజ్ లీవ్ స్కేరీ వీడియో incoming scary video. If you're scared, don't watch. Ippudu watch okidi slowly agdi her brother నీకు ఇంగ్లీష్ అర్థమైతే ఇన్ని పర్ఫెక్ట్ అనుకుంటా బట్ వస్తానండి నెత్ లేడు అనుకుంటా. ఓయ్ బాబు నెత్ ఎందుకు లేడు? నెత్ అంకుల్ వేసి కదా నేనే ఫుల్ బ్రైటింగ్ ఇవ్వాలి వస్తాడు అనుకుంటా. ఓకే ఏంటి వస్తలే అగ్గు రీఫ్రెష్ చేయాలి అంట. అమ్మో రీఫ్రెష్ ఇంకా మంచిగా ఈ ట్యాబ్ 100%. ఇంకా ఫార్ట్నైట్ ఉన్నది. హ్యాపీ మూన్ నేను రిచ్ ఎందుక నాకు గేమింగ్ అయ్యి చూడు గేమింగ్ గ్లౌస్ పవర్ అడ్డు నెక్స్ట్ అదే నెక్స్ట్ ఆడతాయి యూట్యూబ్ ఫ్రెష్ కొత్త యూట్యూబ్. అమ్మయ్యో ఇప్పుడు స్కేరీ వీడియో రావకుంటే నేను రాలే సారీ. వాట్ ఈస్ ద బెస్ట్ ప్లానెట్ అని వన్ తీసుకురు. ఏంటి డెత్ ఎందుకు వస్తాడా ఈరోజు? వస్తున్నాడు మెల్లిమెల్లిగా వైఫై ఎక్కువ. దిస్ యూట్యూబర్ స్కేర్స్ మీ. These drawing should not exist. I see you Lanky Box playing. The Lanky Box playing Home Safety Hotel. All endings full game. Last online 6 years ago. Oi. Idi up. Bad Peppa?
Every cartoon show has its own theories. Some turn out to be true, and some turn out to be false. And in today's video, we're going to every cartoon show has its own theories. Some turn out to be true, and some turn out to be false. And in today's video, we're going to look at some of the popular theories in Peppa Pig and try to find the answer to those theories. Let's start with a very easy one, and perhaps some of the viewers already know the answer to this theory. As we know, all the houses and all the constructions and buildings that there are in Peppa Town are on top of the hills. The reason for this is to be safe from the flood. Since Peppa Town is prone to extreme flooding, as happened in the episode, The Biggest Muddy Puddle in the World. And if it weren't for the fact that the houses were so high, it would no longer be called Peppa Town. It would be called Peppa Lake. As we know, in the episode, basically the entire town was affected by the flood.
Okay.
But a mysterious thing about this episode was what happened to Rebecca Rabbit's house. As we know, Rebecca Rabbit lives in a burrow, so Rebecca's home should have been destroyed. The only way they could have survived is to have a waterproof house, which I doubt. But maybe Miss Rabbit knows some magic, and might have intervened to save their house from flooding, because after all, the characters do not age in Peppa Pig, which leads us to our next theory. The characters age. Most of you may not know this, but Peppa Pig was released in 2004, making it 20 years old. But so far, we haven't seen a single character age. Unlike the cartoon show Bluey, we don't see the character's age in Peppa.
Waiting here. When Peppa Pig 5 years ago, 5 అనుకున్నా ఇప్పుడు 10 ఉండాలి బట్ కాదు ఇంకా 5
Pig. And you might say that 20 years is human time. Maybe they age according to the cartoon time. Well, even if we consider the cartoon time, they still haven't aged. Let's assume that an episode is 1 day, although sometimes an episode lasts 2 or more days. Maybe 2 episodes occur on the same day, and almost more than 350 episodes of Peppa Pig have been released so far. So, keeping that in mind, the characters should be at least aged 1 year. But no, they are still the same age. But the weird thing about all this is, we've seen several characters' birthdays, like George. Despite celebrating the birthday, he's still the same age. Where are Peppa Pig's grandparents? Peppa Pig only has one set of grandparents, who are Mummy Pig's parents. The show never introduces Daddy Pig's parents as characters. There are several theories about what happened to Daddy Pig's parents, and why they're not included. The first, Daddy Pig's parents have passed away, but the issue with this theory is that we haven't even seen a photo of them. Normally, when a loved one passes away, we have their photograph in the house, but this isn't the case for Daddy Pig's parents. The second theory, Daddy Pig doesn't have a good relationship with his parents, and he hates them. And the third, Mummy Pig does not get along with Daddy Pig's parents, which most people believe is most likely because Mummy Pig's parents are rich. Maybe Daddy Pig's parents weren't rich, and they didn't approve of their relationship. The last theory is the most disturbing. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are actually brother and sister with only one set of parents. Different animals can have children. Several people ask this because of the scene in which Peppa says that when she grows up, she will marry Pedro or Danny. This has generated many doubts. I doubt that this will ever happen, since at no time in any other episode has a couple of different species been seen, like a dog with a cat. I think Peppa said that only because she didn't think it through very well, but I don't rule out that for some reason, Peppa might end up marrying Danny, although it would be genetically impossible for them to have children. What could happen is that Pedro Pony and Penny Pony might get married
Friends, name is Nipur Maggie Tintuna.
and have children, because that is genetically possible, since they are of the same species. Ever wonder why some animals in the show are still animals and others are human-like?
Yeah.
We know that Peppa Pig is a talking pig with human characteristics. So are the rest of her family and her friends. They have human-like interactions, human-like problems. But why is it that there's also other animals in the show? There are just animals. For example, the ducks don't talk, they swim around the pond, and they quack like regular ducks. Polly the parrot is also just a parrot. She's Granny and Grandpa Pig's pet. There are actually several pets in Peppa Pig that don't talk. They're just pets. Why? Some fans have theorized that these animals may not have developed intellect. Hence, they can't talk or behave like other characters in the show. One of the most popular theories in Peppa Pig is regarding Mr. Fox. If you don't know what I'm talking about then, according to some fans, Mr. Fox is one of the most suspicious characters in Peppa Pig. Many fans have theorized that he might actually be a thief, and honestly, we can see this being true because in Peppa Pig, we see stereotypes with many animals. For example, pigs like mud, and in the show, Peppa's family love playing in the mud, and for foxes, they are notorious for stealing, and it might also be the case in the show. In one of the episodes where Grandpa Pig puts his chickens to sleep, he mentions that some animals eat at night, and when he turns to the side, Mr. Fox simply appears out of nowhere. That's really suspicious. As we all know, foxes are notorious for attacking the farms during nighttime. So, Mr. Fox wandering around the chicken coop at night might be hinting at something. Similarly, in the episode The Police Station, we see some posters outside the police station. In the poster, we can see 2 fox symbols, one on each side. This might mean that Mr. Fox is wanted by the police because in his shop, all his items have his sticker, which closely resembles what's on the poster. This all looks very interesting despite this being funny. It might be proof that he is indeed a professional thief. And even funnier thing about all this is that we see little Freddy has a natural inclination to be a policeman. When Pepper and Susie are talking about the future, and we see what seems to be the girl's imagination showing them years ahead, They pass by adult Freddy, and he's already a policeman. Maybe Freddy will arrest Mr. Fox in the future. Who knows? But one thing is sure. There's something fishy going on with Mr. Fox. What are the parents' names is another question that is frequently asked by the fans. I don't think we can have the answer until they say it directly. Grandpa Rabbit is the only one that we know the name of. Unlike most adult characters in Peppa, he is one of the few whose name is revealed during the series. In the episode, The Sea Treasure, after Peppa and her family find a bottle on the beach, inside is a message from Rad Rabbit and a phone number. When Peppa calls the number, Grandpa Rabbit answers, so we find out that Rad Rabbit was actually Grandpa Rabbit in the past, meaning his name is Rad. Few remember this little secret of Peppa, but we still don't know the names of all the other grandpas, grandmas, dads, and moms in the show. This detail has led us to understand that adults do have their own names, only that when they become parents, grandparents, that's what they start to be called. But I think we have a problem with that, because where they live, the names are not repeated. That is, when there are two dads lying around, wouldn't they get confused? For example, if Peppa's dad and uncle are in the same room, then Peppa would call her dad Daddy Pig, and so would Chloe to her dad. Wouldn't that create a lot of confusion? Now, this next one is a weird one. As we know, Mr. Bull frequently goes to school, but the weird part is, he doesn't have any children. So, the mystery here is why Mr. Bull goes to school if he does not have children. In some episodes, we have noticed Mr. Bull appears among the parents when they go to pick up the children. But whose children is he going to pick up, since he doesn't have any of his own? Well, there is an easy explanation of this mystery, and it is that it's an animation error, or that the animators needed a character to fill in, and it occurred to them to insert it Mr. Bull without thinking about the consequences. So, these were some of the popular theories about Peppa Pig. And as always, we'll see you all in the next video.
Bye-bye. Friends, like, share, subscribe. Bye.